This week I took 5 trades during London session, 3 losses and 2 wins, but one trade changed everything. This is the result, but the way it played out gets interesting. This was after the London session opened. This is all my 1 hour time window, and what I saw is that the market broke this area of interest, pulled back inside and confirmed an entry, and then I ended up taking this trade and putting my stop loss below these areas, which then ended up getting stopped out. But another thing is, this trade I took it based off of fear of missing out, because this was not even part of my entry model. The setup was right, the direction seemed promising, but as for my entry, it was not right. I had to wait for some pullback to these areas here so that I could buy, but I ended up buying at the wrong time because I just didn't want the market to go without me, and that resulted in a stop loss. But if I waited for my rules for a proper pullback to these areas, there was no confirmation, which means I couldn't have taken this loss. So I closed the day with a negative PNL on Monday, on the 20th of April. This right here was on Tuesday, on the 21st of April. What I see here, I was still waiting for the market to give me some confirmations to look for sales here because it was coming from my area of interest. It pulled back but ended up not changing the structure, so I was not able to enter sales. So I had to wait somewhere, and then the market ended up breaking above this area of interest, coming as if like it was gonna have confirmations for buys, but that did not happen. It ended up pulling back into the area of interest. So if all of this happened before my 1 hour time window was up, after the London session opened, I could have took a sell here, but it confirmed outside my 1 hour time window. And to be very clean with you, it was a confirmation, but still it was not a proper confirmation. And another thing, it is that it happened outside my 1 hour trading time window, so I couldn't be part of it. So on this day I just didn't trade, and this was on Wednesday. On Wednesday, what ended up happening is that it was on the 22nd of April. 1 hour London session open, my 1 hour time window, everything lined up. I saw the market breaking below this area of interest. Here it did break, but it was not a clean break, so I had to wait for some proper breakout, which I had here. The market came back to my area of interest as a retest, confirmed an entry. I took my entry and put my stop loss behalf, with the expectations that the sellers were going to be able to push this price a little bit lower. So that's what happened, and my take profit was hit here. And this right here was on Thursday. What happened on Thursday, it is almost the same similar case to what has been happening. The market broke the area of interest, pulled back and gave me confirmations. So I took sales, put my stop loss above here, but unfortunately the setup failed. On the second setup, it was still the same confirmation as this one, just that it happened a little bit deeper into my area of interest, gave me an inverted hammer confirmation, of which I put my stop loss here, with expectations that the market was going to sell and go down, but unfortunately that did not happen. I got stopped out. So with these 2 losses, these were good losses. They are not the same as the loss I took on Monday, of which I just had some fear of missing out. But these ones, I followed the same procedure, and they were 2 good losses. The strategy just didn't work for me here, and then unfortunately that was it for me. Even if it confirmed something, I wouldn't have taken the trade, because once I lose both of my setups for the day, I call it a day. So I closed the day with a draw, with a negative PNL on Thursday. On Friday, 1 hour London session open. This is the markings of my 1 hour trading time window. The market broke above my area of interest, came back, confirmed, gave me an entry, and I took it and put my TP somewhere up on these areas, of which the market ended up going up into my direction. But this is not how easy it played out, because the market ended up pulling back aggressively towards my entries, almost as if like it was gonna take me out at break even. So but I ended up sticking to my plan, and because at these areas the account was up 2,000 something, but with this pullback I was now up running with 400 and something. It was a difficult moment, but I did not want to do the same mistakes that I've been doing from the last week and from what I did on Monday this week, whereby I took things, I went against my strategy and my rules and my plan, and ended up doing things out of the fear of missing out. And even here, I did not want to react based on the fear of a pullback. I was like, if this thing fails, it will fail, but I will know that I executed my plan. I showed up, I followed my rules, and I did everything accordingly the way I was supposed to do it. And the good part is that this thing ended up turning into my prediction and hitting my take profit. This was on Friday. This week I took 5 trades during London session.